Welcome, everybody, to our Send Me Back Screen meet and greet. And my gosh, we are really honored to have Dylan Scott with us, and we're going to be talking to Dylan in just a moment. This is being brought to you by our friends at Sherwin-Williams. It's also being brought to you by our friends at West Central Equipment, your John Deere dealer. Pittsburgh runs on Duncan, another one of our fine sponsors. And of course, Seven Springs Mountain Resort. How could I forget White Claw? Thank you all for being sponsors of this fun time that we get to spend with all of our audience and some of the best stars from Nashville, Tennessee. So we're all set to go. You folks are all ready to meet. How many of you have met Dylan Scott before at any of his shows? Has anybody ever sat down with Dylan at any of his shows or done a meet and greet? I don't see any hands raised. Come to think of it, I think Kristen and Maria, co-hosts of the morning show, Wide Awake, every morning from 5 until 10. I don't think we've ever talked to Dylan outside of the phone, outside of the studio.
I don't think so. Oh.
And one thing I will say that is funny about when we were all broadcasting from home during the pandemic is that we got a lot of calls from artists because they had nothing else to do. and it really was fun. And so, you know, as we always say, this is what Nashville is really all about. I don't think there's any other form of music where stars who have big songs on the radio say, yeah, I'll spend a half hour with your listeners on a Tuesday evening or a Wednesday night. And it's pretty cool. And that's why, you know, we love it. And I don't want to get into any of this other than saying, we thank you so much for listening to Y108, because without having you folks, and we know you folks so well from our morning show, you stay in touch. You tell us when we're right. You tell us when we're wrong, Tony. And we always appreciate that. So Tony, we couldn't be happier for you participating in this. We got some good questions. And as you probably know, we're going to play them back on the air on Wide Awake on the show on Wednesday morning. And so we're grateful for these kinds of questions because the artists really like to hear that too. This is something that is unique in radio because I don't know that there's going to be that many meet and greets this concert season. So this gives us a chance to literally sit down with an artist and say, hey, how you doing? And what's going on? And they're happy to talk with you as well. So this is a whole different thing, but I think over the past few months, we've pretty much mastered it. So we're going to get to your questions and some of our questions because we've been doing some silly stuff with artists, and we're going to find out from Dylan if he knows anybody who he would nominate to have the tightest jeans in country music. We'll get to that.
That's number one question. Very important.
Yes, and I'm sure it'll be both of you. The questions that we have for this show today are pretty interesting, and I think Troy has got an interesting question that I don't know that Dylan is going to want to answer, but we'll see. I mean, I think it'll be fun. He's connecting to us right now, and we're going to have him on now. And if he is all connected to our audio and we see his picture, I want to say welcome, Curb recording artist, one of the finest guys in the business, Mr. Dylan Scott. Hello, Dylan. Welcome to the program, my friend.
Hello. Well, I'm working on that. Can you hear me?
Dylan, I'll tell you what, you and I are in the same boat. I've been working on this since 3 this afternoon. So
well, I'll tell you what it says. It says you cannot start your video because the host has disabled it. So the host does not want me on right now. They do not want to see me. So who is our host here?
It ain't me, Dylan.
Well, it's definitely not me. I could be your host.
Dylan, I'll tell you what. We've never
hang on, watch this. Okay. There we go. There we go. The host got me in.
Hey. You know, we've never had a Send Me Back Screen meet and greet start with a big old fight. Like, get me on the screen here. How are you, my friend? It's so good to see you in person.
Thank you. I'm great. Can't complain. I'm off the road today and tomorrow, so I got a little time with the family, and then we're back out again playing with Luke Bryan this weekend. So life's good, man. Life's really good right now.
Look, we got some questions from listeners, but since you said Luke Bryan, we got to start right there.
You set us up. Yeah, with the question
that's going on in the morning on the morning show, talking about various things about country music artists in our country What is it, Maria?
Oh, you're really gonna make me do
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna like this.
It's our 508 Countrywide World Games.
So the World Games is like, we want to know things like who would be the best bull rider. Tomorrow morning's question is, what country artist has the tightest jeans?
Oh, well, I don't think Luke's got the tightest anymore.
Okay.
He's got some competition these days. I mean, mine are pretty tight.
I was going to say, you might say yourself.
Well, I wouldn't even say myself. Now, I would have said myself maybe 2 years ago. I have, in the past couple of years, my jeans are more relaxed than what they were, I would say. There are a few country artists with some very tight jeans these days, though.
No.
Can you name? Are you going to name?
And I think
you're not saying anyone out.
Yeah, I mean, I have some great buddies. I mean, they wear some tight jeans. I mean, Jimmy Allen's got some tight jeans.
Thank you.
Chris Lane, one of my very good buddies, got some tight jeans. I mean, mine are tight. I mean, I don't have a lot of room to talk, but I got a little bit. Just a little bit of room. So
a little bit more room than they do.
Yes.
Well, we'll have to qualify that. Pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, okay? That's how that kind of works. I think you got the inspiration for a good song, perhaps called "Who Wears the Tightest Jeans," and we'll give you that. Listen, let's get to our audience. They're waiting to see you and meet you and spend some time with you. And Lisa Piccarelli is up first, and she's got a really interesting question. So, Lisa, if you want to come in and say hi to Dylan and ask your question, we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay. Hey, Dylan.
What's up, Lisa? You too.
So my question is, what were your musical influences as far as your songs? And were you always interested in country, or did you like rock and roll too?
No, I was never a big rock and roll guy. Growing up, obviously, my main influence was country because of my dad. My dad, he was a guitar player for Freddie Fender and Freddie Hart back in the day. So I grew up on old school country music. But the older I got, the more I started listening to pop music, hip hop music, just a little bit of everything to inspire me, but I always knew I wanted to sing country music. So that being said, man, to the music I sing now is definitely my wife. If you listen to my music, a lot of love songs. So they're just easy. I've been with my wife since I was 15 years old. So writing about my wife, writing about our experiences over the past 15 years have been very easy to do. But I've got a brand new project coming out real soon. Hopefully either the end of this year or first of next year. And it's kind of it still has your love songs, but there's got a little more real life stuff in it as far as your everyday life, I guess you could say.
Nice.
I would add to that Dylan is with Curb Records, who has probably one of the biggest publishing houses in Nashville, Tennessee, with more awards and more great songs in country music that span the decades all the way back to the days of Freddie Hart, which is pretty doggone cool.
I'm just trying to add to it. I'm trying to add to the collection.
Heck yeah.
You are. Troy has a question for you, Dylan. If you want to say, I'm not answering this, you go right ahead. But Troy.
All right, Troy.
Give him
what you got, bud.
Sorry, Dylan, but I won the back screen. I went to work. I told everybody at work that I won. First of all, they were all excited. I got tons of bribes to try to give it to them.
Yeah.
They all knew you as Wolverine. Now
I'm Wolverine.
Wolverine. Everybody said. Now, my question to you is: a lot of country stars have become dual threats by becoming actors. Do you have any aspirations to become an actor at any time?
You know what? I've thought about it. First of all, not to become an actor. No. I'm always going to be just a musician and a singer and an artist, but I would not mind dabbling in a little bit of acting from time to time. I don't know. I just think it's fun. I have a brand new music video that's coming out this coming Friday, and I actually do a little bit of acting in it. It's like really quick, but like it's, I'm playing the part, I'm talking like a little dialogue. So it was fun. I don't think I'd be a great actor. I really don't, but I think it'd be fun to do at some point. Maybe I could be Wolverine in the new X-Men or something.
I'd love to see you give that a try.
I'd love to see you in a Hallmark Christmas movie like Lauren Lane is about.
Oh gosh. But every Hallmark but every Hallmark Christmas movie is the same. So
exactly
if you see me in one and it's the same, yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. If Hallmark calls me and says, Dylan, we want you to be in a movie, I'm going to go do it and I'm going to love every second of it. But I already know the script. I already know what's going to happen. You know, the guy's going to come back in from the city to his little small town where he finds his high school sweetheart and they reconnect. Oh my gosh, we're at the same coffee house. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm just here. Then they fall in love, and then Christmas is
Somebody
great.
moved
And they
out
get
of
married.
the city back into the
It's
small
the
town.
same. It's the same movie. So Lauren Elaine is going to be the small town girl, and then some dude's going to come in from the city. So we already know.
Dylan, there's the elevator talk. Let's go down to Hollywood. Let's go out to Hollywood and just pitch it. We'll be working it. Wait.
You know what I wanted to be?
Here it comes.
Well, I wanted to get a song of mine. I've got a couple of songs I feel like would fit Yellowstone very well. The series Yellowstone. And I would, man, if I could just be like in like 15 seconds of Yellowstone, it would make my life.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Okay.
I want to be a bad guy though.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you want to be a bad guy?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, if you're gonna do it and you're only gonna do it for a little bit, you might as well be the bad guy. To have the most fun. At
least 15 seconds of it, Maybe I'm just like I don't know, just a guy in the back that's just standing there like this.
Like,
no, not in the back. Dylan, the key is the star is always the good guy, right? So they'll always cast the bad guy. So you're the bad guy, and the chicks are gonna love you, and then you're gonna get shot in the end. They're gonna go, "Oh my God, I love him," and so you're in. We're on. We're representing you. We'll take 10% up front, and then
okay. All right. Perfect.
Fantastic. Don't worry about it. You're great. No such thing as wanting to be an actor. You either are an actor or you're not, and you are a young man.
Yeah.
Tell us about the new music. Are you going? We've had a lot of ballads from a lot of people. Being the season. What are you doing?
So I've got a brand new single dropping this Friday. It's called New Truck. Yes. Hardy wrote it. Ashley Gorley wrote it. Ben Johnson and Hunter Phelps are writers on it. I did not write this song. They sent it to me. I was in the truck when I was listening to New Truck, but it's not about a truck, man. It's about basically it's about a relationship between a guy and a girl, and they break up. And every time he hops up in his truck, he's still finding like chapstick or maybe a picture of him, and he's like still seeing her memory over there. And he's like, man, to get this girl off my mind, I'm gonna have to go get a new truck, basically. So it's a cool little twist. It's up tempo. It's a breakup song, which I don't have very many of, but I related to it because, I mean, even though my wife and I, we've been together since we was 15 years old, there was a stint in our relationship where obviously you break up, and, we went 2 or 3 months and it's tough. And I feel like everybody's been there. So it's a very relatable song. I'm pretty pumped up about it.
The story is coming to the Country Hallmark Channel this fall.
That's a great idea. New truck. It's a new truck Christmas. What do you think?
Come on, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Can we call Hallmark already? Are we doing it?
I'll get him a Ford from Schultz. We're on our way. It's okay.
Let's go.